Welcome to the Prospectors Radio Show, the talk show for our community. Please welcome Rich Cooley, Indiana Gold Hunter Dennis Dayton, Kathleen Biffle, and your host, Tim Grimes.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another edition of Prospector Radio. I'm your host, Tim Grimes, and joining me tonight, I got the crew here, of course, as always. First off, we got Rich Cooley. He's back. What's going on, Rich?
Oh, not much. How's everyone this evening?
Doing good, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling a lot better. I still got a little cough. 3 weeks now, but
3 weeks.
Getting better a little every day. I missed everybody Wednesday. I had some stuff to take care of, so I couldn't join you.
Right.
But I'm back Sunday night, and we'll
back.
give it a whirl.
You're back. That's the key. And I bet you got Cooley's Corner tonight, don't you?
Yep. Cooley's Corner tonight. We're going to talk about setting up equipment.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to use some of the co-hosts here to get involved and talk a little bit about it, and we'll try to be as clearly as possible to try to help everyone. If they got any questions, they can call in.
Are you just going to cover like one piece of equipment, or are you going to cover numerous?
We're going to talk a little bit about a couple pieces.
Oh, all right, cool. That'll work. So sluices, dredgers, high bankers, stuff like that. All right.
That is correct.
I like it. I like it a lot, man. So what's been going on?
It's a good show.
It will be. So what else has been going on in Rich's world?
Not so much. I'm getting ready to start the smoking.
Start smoking? What are you going to be smoking?
Smoking food.
Oh, smoking food. See, I needed you to clarify.
Yeah, my wife actually gave me money for my birthday to buy a smoker.
Oh.
So Black Friday, I went out and bought a 30-inch smoker. So I'm going to start to get into doing some smoking of all kinds of stuff and be able to bring to the outings and share with everybody.
Oh, jeez. Man, so is this your first time smoking on your own?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I did it with friends before and they're smokers, but now this will be my own recipes and own stuff that I'm going to do. So I'm going to try to make some Polish sausage, actually Polish kielbasa. I already made Polish sausage. But I want to make Polish kielbasa, some deer or venison kielbasa, and venison smoked rings with cheese in them, and snack sticks, and all kinds of stuff. It's not going to end.
You got a plan.
I got a bunch of deer meat that I can use from last year that I still had.
Okay.
That I packaged up and saved. So time to empty the freezer and get some stuff smoked. So.
Oh, that'll be fun. Won't it?
That'll be another hobby over the winter.
Of course, yeah. Now, and you didn't get to go muzzle loading, did you?
No, I didn't get to go out. I was going to go out Saturday, was our last day.
Oh, man.
But I didn't get to go out. No. And then today I was out in the snow. We get about 4 inches of snow, so I was out hacking and coughing out there while I was snow blowing. So.
Oh, geez. So you said, So deer season's over now, right?
Yep, deer season's over now. But the majority of the state. Some of the places, special areas, special regulation areas, they still open, but for pretty much the whole state, it's over now.
Ah, dang, bummer. I know you didn't get to go as much as you wanted like to have, but
no, I didn't even get any this year. My neighbor got one, and so, but we ended up getting 3 last year, so I still have meat from last year.
Right, and then you got your boar hunt coming up again, right?
Yeah, I got my Texas hunt coming up here in March, and
see,
and an elk hunt coming up in September, hopefully. So
so you got plenty. Yeah, you'll make up for it. Get some of them hogs, and you'll be able to put them in the smoker.
The freezer this year.
You'll be able to smoke your own hog, right?
Yep.
That didn't sound right. All right, Rich. Well, I'm glad you made it, brother. Looking forward to Cooley's Corner as always.
All right, and we got an announcement to make tonight
that's right.
That'll be cool.
That will be cool. Can't wait for that too. It's going to be pretty spiffy. Awesome, brother. Well, stick around, man. Can't wait to talk to you. All right, we'll talk to you in a bit. Also joining us, we got our very own Miss Kathleen Biffle. What's happening, Kathleen?
Hey, everyone.
How's Kathleen tonight?
Well, we're still in Cleveland.
Still in Cleveland.
And it's hot in Cleveland.
Hot in Cleveland. Okay.
Hey, did you know Cleveland rocks?
I heard that it
Cleveland
did.
rocks.
It's a rumor, you know.
Well, we've been here for my mother's surgery.
Mm-hmm.
She went through it she's doing really, really good.
Good.
She's still in ICU, so we still want to keep an eye on things and see how she's doing. So I'll probably be here this whole week.
Right.
And I've got a cold, so I sound a little raspy.
I think we all do.
I swear, 'tis the season.
I swear. Yeah, Dennis called off tonight. He's like, I can't make it. I'm sick. I can't quit coughing. It's like, okay.
Yeah, same here. So we'll try to use the mute button as much as possible. But I really wanted to be here tonight because, well, number one, it gets your mind off things.
Sure.
And two, we have an announcement to make on something that we've been working really hard on.
Oh, that's right. I know you guys have been working your butt off, you and Shad, and, getting us all done. Besides trying to do what you're doing.
Got that snow.
Yeah. Besides what you're doing there with your mom, it's like, you've had a pretty full plate, Kathleen, and we appreciate it. We're just glad your mom's doing better. And like I said, she's still in ICU. Get her stepped down to the next wing.
Get her to step down to the next level.
Yeah. And then
it's been an adventure, let me tell you.
Oh, I know. And then from there home, But
yeah.
It's going to be
good.
Have
to go to a facility.
Oh, really? For a little bit until...
Yeah, just until she heals.
Right.
Like an assisted living
Yes.
kind of recuperating
Yep.
facility that's closer to home, so we don't have to come all the way up here.
Right. No, right. You don't have to drive all the way up there. You get her closer by you. And right, she'll be in there a little bit until she's back to where she can take care of herself again, and then it's all good. That's awesome. It's going to be great. Everything's going to work out. But you're down there.
And I'm thankful for everyone's prayers out there. Thank you so much for all the support that I got out there on Facebook and text messages.
That's awesome, ain't it?
Messenger. I appreciate it.
That's awesome, Kathleen. You got a lot of friends out there. That's for sure.
You too.
So that's great.
My prospecting buddies.
Yeah, but you had to drive down there in that crappy weather last night, didn't you?
Yeah, well, last night we had to drive home because we have to check on the kids, make sure the house didn't get burnt down, get some groceries, for them, and make sure they're squared away for the next week because we're not there.
Right.
So we had to drive in that, and it didn't snow in Cleveland for a change.
It's odd.
All like right south of Cleveland, all the way down, and they didn't have the plows out yet. So it took us 3 hours to get home?
Oh my God!
A little over 3, almost 3.5.
Oh,
and most of the area the plows weren't out was near your neck of the woods too.
I know. I don't understand it. They're plow illiterate out here or something. They know the snow's coming. Salt the roads. Plow them. No, they don't.
And some people drive like maniacs, and they were all in the ditches and spun out. And
every time they blew past us, I'd say, "See you in the ditch up ahead."
I'll see
there
you.
was a couple.
And there they'd be. Geniuses. They're all geniuses. I didn't go out on the roads at all. I'm like,
oh gosh.
When it started snowing, I headed indoors, and that's where I stayed till this morning. And then this morning, the roads were fine.
Yeah, and we drove back this morning, so it was like a whirlwind trip home and then back again to go sit in ICU and do puzzles.
Yeah.
Oh, we wait.
But like you said, she's at the greatest hospital there is.
She is, and I can't speak enough about how great this facility is here in Cleveland. I mean, they've got it down to a science. They really understand what the family members are going through, which is kind of nice because they make it accommodating
yeah, they do.
For those of us who are, a lot of them are coming from out of town. There's people from Wisconsin,
Alabama, Florida, all over the place.
Wow. See, that's good. So you made the right choice.
To be said about that. And, about my mom,
she's stubborn.
She's kind of loopy and stubborn. I don't know where she gets that from, or where I get that from.
I wonder. But that's good. That makes her tough. That's what'll help her get through it. Being stubborn and the loopiness, that's just a positive thing,
Yeah, it makes it interesting. And,
I bet.
and the place that we got the place where we're staying, the Airbnb, the people were so understanding, and they even extended our stay just a little bit with no extra charge, and I appreciate that. So I want to give a shout out to Airbnb.
Yeah, heck yeah.
If any of you ever use it for any of your trips, you really should. before you're checking into a hotel for any extended time.
And where are they at? In Willoughby or where?
No, it's Airbnb, like people that own houses, condos, apartments, and put it on there. And ours was, his name's Michael, so he's been awesome, and we really appreciate him.
Wow,
yeah.
Very cool. That is awesome. I'm glad. Somebody just kind of had a heart, obviously, you know? That's what it sounds like. And cared. So that's great. Awesome, Kathleen.
I do miss prospecting, though.
Oh, I know you do.
But, you know, getting the goodie thing that we did for this announcement we're going to make was really fun. So that kept us busy. And we do have a video that's going to be coming out in the next couple of days. So that's
very cool. Now, I don't know. I know we ask this every week, but seeing where you're at, are you using any oils while you're down there?
Of course.
Of course you are.
I'm using them like overtime now.
Oh, what are we doing this week?
Well, it's a blend of different things, mostly frankincense, of course, because I love it so much.
With the frankincense, okay.
I don't have it my book down here with me.
Okay.
But it is something just to help, like chamomile. I mean that German chamomile it's soothing. I've got it in the diffuser right now.
Okay.
When we get home from the hospital, we just kind of wind down, and it's been nice to have all the family together because we don't normally do this except for the holidays.
Right.
And it's fortunate that it takes something like this to
that's true.
Together.
Yes.
But it's fun.
Oh yeah, you get to hang out with the family. Yes, and right, it's a bad situation, but it makes the situation a little easier at the same time.
Silver lining.
Oh, it is, definitely. And don't forget, if you'd like to purchase some of Kathleen's fine essential oils, Shad will post that link in the chat room like he does every week. So
I love the essential oils, and it's really been helpful.
Oh, definitely. Oh, there! Look at he is fast. He's got that.
Oh, he already got it on there.
Oh, that quick.
Yeah, I saved the link now, so every time you do this shenanigans, I'm on it.
Oh, okay.
It's on you.
All right. Yes, you got me.
Just a reminder, I don't have a computer, so I am not in the chat room.
Right.
But I am watching Shad.
But she is here, and that's what counts. Kathleen, thank you for being here as always. How's that foot feeling?
The foot is actually really good.
Okay.
I'm going to have to move my appointment, though, because it was supposed to be this week, but I'll have to move it to next week. But I'm going to probably just put myself off of the boot.
Are you? Okay.
Because it's snowy out, and my feet were getting wet.
Yeah. The boot's got to go.
I told her to put a trash bag over it.
Yeah, that's all
No.
right. Get a big old white trash bag. One of the scented Ziploc bags or something. I don't know. Put that on there.
There you go.
There you go. That'll work. Kathleen, thank you for being here. You know, and we're glad you're here, as always. All right. Also joining us, we got the other half of the Biffles. We got Shad Biffle. What's going on, Shad?
Oh, not too much. I know Kathleen really covered a lot of what we've been doing.
Right. Uh-huh.
But first, I want to say something to Dennis.
Okay.
And I'm going to harness one of Rich's sayings here.
Okay.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
Yeah.
Really?
I think we got him beat on that one. All the stuff we've got going on.
I'm going to send him a message and give him a hard time.
Are you?
But we miss him when he's not on with all of us.
Oh, yeah,
so
we do.
Hope he gets better.
Yes, he was just coughing.
He gets over the sniffles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was just having coughing spells, and he didn't want to be disrupting or nothing like that. He sounded tired.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, the stuff going around is zapping people.
It'll take it out of you, I guarantee you.
Oh, definitely. So
yeah, it even brought the powerful Rich down.
Yeah, right. So when it brings Rich down,
very rare.
Yeah, it's
not going to bring me down.
No, because you got those essential oils.
Yeah, that's right.
See, Rich didn't have them.
Well, I posted the link there, Rich.
There you go, Rich.
Oh, yeah. Another thing to get into.
One more thing, Rich. You just need one. That's that one thing you've been missing, right there. Oh yeah, we always got to have something to get into, don't we? God. So everything's okay with you, Shad? Doing all right?
Oh yeah, everything's going well, and you know we're in better spirits now, and we're getting through some of the worst parts. So
right.
Good optimistic outlook right now, and Yeah, this next week, I mean, thankfully Kathleen and I are both for our jobs able to work remotely, so it makes it easier to get through this week.
Yeah.
Close by.
Yep, so.
Right, and you're right there. That's the key. Yeah. And you've been busy working on this thing you're going to announce tonight.
That's right, and we'll do it after Cooley's Corner later on during the show, because we want you to listen.
Okay. Yeah. Smart move.
We don't want to give it all away right now, but I mean, we've kind of mentioned it before, and yeah, we got a lot of stuff put together. It's going to be really cool, and it's going to help the site and the show out, and you're going to get something really good in return.
Oh God! Yeah. Sorry, now I'm going to start coughing. Yeah, sweet. I can't wait to hear the announcement. I know what it is, but I still like it when you do the little announcement things. Yeah. Because you worked hard on it, so you should be the one to make the announcement.
Yeah, and thanks goes to Kathleen for making sure I do the stuff that needed to be done today.
Oh, see?
Telling me I wasn't allowed to play with the puzzles with everyone else. I had to sit there and do it in the hospital.
Putting it off and putting it off.
Did he?
So we sat in the hospital lounge, and he worked on it.
And he worked. Kathleen just kept an eye on you, made sure you got it done.
Yeah, she keeps me honest.
Thank you, Kathleen. See? See?
Beats me.
Welcome.
Me. Yells at me.
Awesome job. So you still going to be able to do your birthdays and precious metal prices?
Oh, yeah. I'm looking right at our precious metal prices, and let's get into it here for January the 13th. Gold did have a slight fall of $1, closing at $1,287. Silver stayed flat at $15.57. Platinum is down $10 to $811, so big drop there for the good old platinum. Now palladium is up $2 at $1,302, so it has overtaken gold.
Oh, really? Ooh.
Yep, that's boom.
Well,
big deal there
made its
for
move.
rhodium. So unfortunately, none of us can mine for rhodium because we're not in that area.
I don't even know what it is.
No.
It's a mineral worth a lot of money.
I wouldn't know it if I found it.
I'm saying rhodium, I meant palladium. Oh my gosh, that's because I'm starting now to look at our good old rhodium prices. So yeah, rhodium actually, where'd it go? Oh yeah, that one stayed flat. It hasn't been moving lately. The past really couple weeks, it's at $2,460.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's interesting because I can see some of the prices, in the international markets because they keep trading on stuff, and gold's still up there. Palladium's kind of going up a little bit, so we'll see. We'll see what happens on Wednesday.
Yeah, let's see.
I think gold will overtake palladium by Wednesday.
Now they're having a race, those two. Okay, let's see what happens by Wednesday.
That's right, and hey, I'm ready for birthdays.
I am too. Who's singing? Rich?
Nobody.
Nobody singing tonight, Rich? Okay, Rich.
Not this week.
Okay.
All right, we're all sick and tired, so no song for you guys. But all right, so we'll just get into it then. For today, we have Brian Ramos, Chi Poo, Corey, Derek, Jarmicki, Don and Kimberly Kirby, Dusty Hearn, Jay Smoker, KZ Minor, Sherry W, and Sus, or Seuss, S-U-S. However you want to say it. Tomorrow I have Bob Collier, Kathy Wood, Daniel Dan, W. Hage, Heath O'Brien, Jerry Stringer, Kay Stanford, Kevin S., and Luke Brickwag. So happy birthday, everyone.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, everyone.
Maybe next time I'll sing, not this time.
Well, you're still a little under the weather.
Yeah, I'll probably start coughing in the middle of it. So
yeah, probably. Hey, it's okay. Dennis ain't here to do his singing job. It's all right.
Well, then I'll ask real quick, Tim, since Dennis isn't here, though.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing? What have you been up to?
Well, thank you, Shad. How am I doing? I'm okay. I think I'm getting something too. Sore throat, sniffles, congested, crap. I went to Chuck E. Cheese the other day, and I think that's where else what perfect
That's a
place.
giant petri dish.
It is. What perfect place to get sick.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah. And woke up Saturday morning, sore throat, feeling like crap. I'm like, oh, come on, really? So that kind of makes sense. Chuck E. Cheese. That giant rat place. It's like, oh, God. I don't know. Other than that, good, brother. I mean,
Cool.
just taking it easy, trying to get everything done, and hanging in there, right?
That's the way to do it.
Life is good. Can't wash the car, bums me out, but it's coming. Spring will be.
Well,
here
you're gonna
before
have to. You gotta get that salt off.
I know. I'll have to run through a car wash though, which we know is not the same, but but spring will be here before we know it, right? What do we got?
Okay.
2 months before spring-ish weather. I'm trying to think positive, Shad. Maybe we'll have early spring. I don't know.
Well, hey Tim, I know we'll probably talk about it later, but since we have a couple minutes, I know next Sunday's show, and we'll remind everybody. But do we have a guest?
Oh wait, that's the 27th. That's not next.
27th.
27th. Okay. Yes, that's the 27th. I said 2 weeks, and I was wrong. I looked at because I thought next week was the 27th. So, yes, the 27th. Kimmy Price will be joining us from Girls That Rock Metal Detecting. So that'll make some of these guys happy. It's like some of our detectorists out there will enjoy listening to Kimmy. So it'll be nice to have a woman detectorist. I don't know if we've ever had one. Have we?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. So that's going to be different and definitely enjoyable. Can't wait to talk to her and pick her brain, And so that'll be exciting. So watch for the banner for that. And, Matt put a link up for how many days to spring. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it. I can't look right now, but thank you. And, hey.
65 days, 22 hours, 5 minutes, 32 seconds, 31
Thank you, Shad.
seconds.
We should do a countdown to spring now every week. So we know. I like it. Yeah, but all good, brother. I'm just glad you're all here. I'm glad everybody's doing okay. I'm glad Kathleen's mom's doing good. Just everybody's good. So what we'll do, we'll take a quick break real quick, and we'll come back with some Cooley's Corner. How's that sound?
That'll work.
All right. I got to go down the hall, so come here. Get in a minute. I'm there. All right, we'll be right back, everybody.
Do you like to mine for gold? Enjoy prospecting a nice crack in the bedrock? Enjoy getting outdoors to camp, fish, hunt, and hike on your public lands? You plan your trip, load the gear, grab the dog, put the family in the truck, and drive off to a locked gate. A sign says you cannot enter or access your own public lands. Mining claims and public land owned by we the people are being designated as off limits by our own government every single day. Are you concerned about the direction our government is going? Are you tired of seeing no access, no entry signs on your lands? We are, and we are fighting back. We are AMRA, America Mining Rights Association, the fastest growing small mining advocacy association in America. AMRA is a 501c3 not-for-profit formed by miners, hunters, off-roaders, retired military men, and women to stop the insanity. AMRA was formed to educate, unite, and help the small miners and public land users on their rights given to us by God. Do you want access to great mining claims? For a small tax-deductible donation to their Miners Legal Fund, your family gains access to proven excellent mining claims across America for an entire year. AMRA challenges the USFS, BLM, EPA, and the other agencies intent upon stopping you from enjoying your own lands. You are who pays these people's wages. It is time they listen to us. We need to unite. And that is what AMRA is doing. As you sit here right now, thousands of acres of public lands are being closed, locked, and blocked from use by you. Are you fed up yet? Join us. Get in on this fight and let's restore America to what our families fought and died for. Freedom. Just visit AmericanMiningRights.com. AmericanMiningRights.com. Also, check us out on Facebook at American Mining Rights Association. AmericanMiningRights.com.
Just stopped by on my way home. to show you all my gold.
You've been digging into some Jimbo's gold pay dirt.
Yeah, Jimbo's gold made me a hero.
Huh?
Got an amazing idea and supplies on sale from Jimbo's website. With bad weather, bored kids, and stressed wife, I threw a panning party for the kids and their friends. All the moms got a break, kids had a blast. Hero.
Happy kids, happy wife, great gold. That's why Jimbo's Gold is always my first choice.
Did you teach panning or share your prospecting knowledge? Then you are our hero. Tell us your story for a chance to receive a hero's reward at www.jimbosgold.com/hero.
Welcome to Cooley's Corner. Join Rich Cooley as he talks about equipment, new products, and so much more for all us prospectors and treasure hunters. Here's Rich.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Cooley's Corner. Tonight, we're going to do a little bit something different. We're going to do setting up equipment. And, of course, like I said before, we're going to have some of the co-hosts and stuff chime in to help me out a little bit with this segment. And, of course, there's a lot of different sluices. We're going to start off with sluices. There's a lot of different sluices out on the market. Of course, my favorite one is Buckabilly, which they don't make anymore, which I wish they did. But
my favorite, too.
Yeah, I love my Buckabilly. I mean, it's really nice. Even though I really don't favor setting them up. I mean, when I first started out, I had a miserable time setting up my sluice. And, of course, I always had Darth come over and help me because I just didn't have the patience for it. I couldn't find the right rocks. I couldn't find the right water flow. It was just miserable for me. So Shad's going to talk a little bit about sluices and how to set it up, what's the proper way. So take it over there, Shad.
All right, Kathleen's going to help me out, too, because she loves sluicing. It's definitely something she enjoys and relaxes her. But, yeah, there's many different type of sluices. Her favorite, which one, honey?
The Buckabilly.
Buckabilly, just like you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a solid piece of aluminum, has carpet, expanded metal, rib matting in it. So it's a great piece of gear. It's not too heavy, but it's very strong. And then, of course, they have drop ripple sluices that are out of that composite plastic material that's very lightweight. But, you know, obviously the different type of sluices can also be dependent on what type of water flow you're in.
Yep, definitely. Like the McCurk.
Exactly. Drop ripple sluices tend to work just as good when there's very little water flow compared to one of your standard aluminum Buckabilly-like sluice boxes. One of the things we always do, obviously, is try to find, you know, a good spot in whatever creek we're at that's obviously not too deep, so, you know, we can see rocks or at least build it up and kind of start to channel water where we can channel water into.
Channel, that was the word I was looking for.
Yeah,
definitely.
Okay.
So in order, obviously, when we find a spot, we tend to just throw it down where we think, well, not throw it, but put it down in a rough spot. Just to kind of see what the water's doing in a creek, how it starts flowing over. We go from that to then fine-tuning, obviously, you know, to get the pitch, the angle. I mean, some people I know get very detailed with getting out, you know, their phone or something to calculate a specific angle of like 5 degrees or what have you. Obviously, we try to get just a general good angle to see the water flow and to start to develop that V of the water going in. If water flow is a bit light, or even if it's kind of strong and it's a wider creek, we'll definitely set out a lot of rocks, kind of channel that water flow into the sluice. And the key there is definitely you want to try to channel it in so the water is coming in pretty straight into that sluice so you get that V. Then we usually take just a test scoop of material and just kind of feed it, just to kind of see then how the material flows in the box. Are we getting enough or too much?
And also at the end of the sluice, you want to make sure that there's enough room for your tailings to keep flowing through, because if it stays there and backs it up, that'll disrupt your water flow.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So that's why we like.
Also want to look for the dancing, right?
Definitely the dancing, and obviously you can't. We're talking about the pitch of the sluice, but you also got to make sure your material is staying, level. It's not all going to one side or the other, because when that happens, you'll build up a lot of material, and you could start flushing out gold. It's defeating the purpose of allowing enough surface for that material to spread out and for that gold to get trapped in the sluice box. Mm-hmm. So that's something we like to do first, obviously, is definitely test things out first before we ever start running our pay through there. And then, like you said, see that dancing. And even with the drop Biffle sluices, you're able to see that exchanging of material and the little heavies kind of just hopping around in there. And that's exactly what you want to look. And then the other thing is, as you start adding that material, you don't want to just dump a lot in. You want to take your time, let it work slowly, and work through that material, not rush it. You want to make sure you give adequate time for that material to separate.
So basically, we should classify our material to what?
Oh, well,
what do you classify it to?
We a minimum 1/4 inch.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, if we're working in an area with mostly fine gold, I want that down to at least an 1/8 inch.
Right.
But just like with all things, your classification is going to be dependent on the type of gold that's in that area. Mm-hmm. So you may need to classify further. But I couldn't imagine ever trying to run any material through that's at least not a 1/4 inch classification.
Yeah, I've seen people already that actually would put some type of classifier or some type of screen across it, and put a rock on both sides and like shovel the material on and let it classify itself, and that's touch and go. It'll work to a certain point, but it can also set your sluice off also.
Exactly. Yeah. We've always you've talked about it in Cooley's Corner several times. The classification is going to be key here.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want your sluice to work correctly, you're going to have to take that time to work your material down before you run it. But, of course, always check those rocks before you just dump them back out.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you get lucky and find that nice picker just sitting in there, so you don't want to miss that.
You never know.
You don't ever know.
And I've also used the the golden sands, the hand dredge, and run that material through the sluice as well, and that's worked out pretty good.
Oh yeah, that's perfect type of material, to get, especially when you get down into the cracks and crevices and nooks and crannies, you can get that good material to run through there. Definitely.
Definitely. For wintertime prospecting, that's a good tool to have.
Mm-hmm.
And that way you don't have to be submerged in ice cold water.
Yeah, that's really right a week or two before Christmas when we were able to get out and sluice. That's what's nice and enjoyable. It gets back to how we started. After we got a gold pan, our first equipment we ever got was that Buckabilly stream sluice.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's good for testing spots too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. Even out of, I don't know the thickness of the aluminum. You may know that since you also own one.
It's usually .062, which is just about a 1/16 of an inch.
Yeah, so it is still lightweight. A lot of the stream sluices out on the market that are made out of aluminum have little handles or carrying handles on them. I've even seen some where they've kind of experimenting like a collapsible aluminum.
Yeah, the Royal has a sluice that's, I believe it's 8 inches. I actually have one that actually folds out. Now, the only problem with that is it's very oblong when you're trying to pick it up because it does fold. So what I always did was I drilled 2 extra holes in it and actually bolted it to one piece. And that way when I get out in the field, I could fold it out, pop the bolts in, tighten them up. And it actually made it a little bit sturdier when you were picking it up out of the water. So it wasn't so cattywampus,
And there's actually something I saw on, I don't know if it was YouTube or somewhere on the internet, and it was actually, people were using this to help divert water. It was actually like like a almost kind of like a tarp or that type of material with like sandbags or so. I don't know how it worked, but they also used it to kind of dam up creeks a little bit so you could dredge, or also divert that water flow all the way across from bank to bank.
Really?
Yeah, I also seen that at the Swank. The Swank, they would do that.
Yeah.
Down at the other end, there isn't really much water flow down there. So what they did, they almost built like a dam type to funnel the water in one areas, in two areas, to actually set up a sluice box.
Yeah. It's amazing. It works in like materials like that make it very easy to set up. Because I will tell you, with using rocks, obviously it's there for you a lot of times. So if you're lucky, at least you have some nice sized cobble or boulders that you can kind of use to divert that water flow. But it is a lot of work, obviously, to get that set up and still make sure you get the majority of the water flow going and not have any gaps. But of course, you need to reclaim that part of the creek. You shouldn't just leave big tailings of rocks to divert the water. You need to be considerate, obviously, of what property you're on. If it's not yours, obviously, or if it's public or a lease or even a claim, just to make sure that reclaim the area. And when you go back, you can always put it back together. So you can keep
Very good point, Shad. Thanks for bringing that up. We always, when we go out and prospect, we always try to need to fill in your holes or make the area like it was when you got there, at least pretty close, I know it's kind of hard to do when you have the deeper holes and the first storm comes through, it's going to fill it up. But try not that all the rocks that are piled up, try to keep them leveled out after you're done. Instead of have something piled up there and making that look very obvious, is the best thing to do.
Yep.
Well, thanks for your help. You guys got anything else with the sluices?
No, honestly though, it's a great piece of equipment to have in your arsenal. I really think it's actually a must-have if you're around any type of water or creeks. And it's great for beginners to get into the hobby without dropping thousands of dollars.
Yeah,
definitely. I mean, that's how we probably all started. Basically with a pan first.
Yep.
And the sluice box.
Yep. Or if you just want a quiet day of prospecting, just take your sluice box out there and that's it.
Well, it's also a chance to get your kids and your family involved.
God, yeah, it is.
I mean, we always said you classify your material and then you let your little kids sit on the rock there by the sluice box and feed it while you're getting more material.
Yeah. Perfect.
Not only that, it's a sweet workout.
It definitely gets them involved and getting excited, especially when they see gold in the sluice box, for the first time.
Yep, that's for sure.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely a go-to item,
Okay, now we'll get into talking a little bit about high banker boxes. High banker boxes, when I first got started, I kind of got into a situation where I wanted to build my own header box. And this was a, fascinating thing. Of course, I got my mentor, Ken, the mountain man, helped me with some schematics of the banker box itself. And then building it, I got frustrated. I almost pulled the rest of the hair out of my head, which I don't have much. But it really opened my eyes to see what somebody can really do not knowing what to do. I mean, by having experience from somebody else passing it down to you and building a piece of equipment that you never really knew anything about. And then once you're building it, you actually learn how it does it, how the water goes into the box and the pressures, what PVC piping to use to build the high banker box. And it was just totally amazing, that you could take that box and you could basically put it on any 10-inch, all depends on what size banker box you would build. You could put it on a 10-inch buckability, A52, A51. You could put it on any type of equipment, and turn it into a high banker, basically box or a dredge.
Right.
A dredge combination. And the basic thing was setting them up, once you have your high banker box on your sluice box, is one of the key things is, of course, your stand. And there's all different types of stands out there. A lot of people will use conduit pipe, and they'll basically, if they have a welder, they'll drill a hole in the side and they'll weld a nut on. to where they can have a bolt going through to hold the legs on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they'll have a piece of conduit pipe welded on the side and have a bolt there that you can actually take the bolt in to tighten it up to your legs.
Right.
Of course, on the market, there's all different types of stands to be able to set up your high banker on. Now, the basic thing of it is you have to remember is everybody loves to put extensions on things. You know, me, myself, I have my situation set up to all my gold is within the first 2 feet of my box. Mm-hmm. You know, a lot of people that use different matting, not cutting on them, but they like to have long extensions added on the front of the box because they don't want to lose anything.
Right.
Well, if you have the situation set up, you don't need the extension. But we're not going to get into that right now. But the basic thing of it is with stands, you have to watch stability. You know, you have to remember that if you're going to have a hose connected on the back of it, you have to make sure that stand is stable enough to be able to hold that. Mm-hmm. Because if you don't have the extensions or the legs in the proper position, when you add a hose to the back of your box, of course, it's got to be cattywampus. It's going to take the back and lower it down, and then you're going to either have to put a strap around it or, you know, to your box. Right. Some people set it up that way. That's what I used to have. I used to have a bungee cord around the front of mine to make sure it was strapped down. But the only problem with that is when you take your riffle set out, then you have to make sure that that bungee cord is not obstructing to get your riffle set up.
Okay.
Another thing of it is the riffle sets that are in the sluice boxes. That's why I always love Buckabilly, because the simple fact of it is you can remove the riffle set without standing it straight up in the air. Excuse me. Because what happens when you stand the riffle set up in the air to remove your carpet and then to wash it out, of course, that riffle set can fall, pinch your fingers, pinch your arm, hit your head, do whatever. So I always loved the Buckabilly because it basically had a bolt that went through down on the bottom, and basically the riffle set was angled that it would slide in and push right down in place so you can clamp it in place. Easy removable, fast clean outs, a lot better than trying to raise it up. And that's why I did that design also on my dredge, you know, because a lot of people had theirs to be able to flip up in the air, and I always like to remove mine. With basically the high banker setup combination dredge, it's a versatile equipment because you can use it either or. I mean, you could my box, the way I have it set up, you can actually have one person shoveling and one person dredging. Mm-hmm. And with a 10-inch wide sluice box, it'll handle it, you know, but it all goes down to water flow also. Uh-huh. You know, the different pumps that you use out on the market, a lot of people like to use the Harbor Freight because they're cheaper, you know, and they're 2-inch, and they will work. They will work for a high banker combo setup because you have to use an adapter back there for your dredge hose. But I don't recommend anything over a 3-inch. You know, a 2.5 is actually pushing it for mine, depending on your lift. Now, when you're setting up a high banker and you're setting it up on your stands, making sure, I always set mine steep at first until you mark your legs until you know where it's situated. If this is your first time with your high banker and you're setting it up, the best thing to do is set it steep. I mean, not real steep, but more than level. On the average, everybody usually says 1-inch drop per foot. Now, that is basically just a starting spot to be able to do. So what I usually do is when I set my stand up for the first time, I'll set the stand up without the high banker on it. And I'll basically throw a level across it and try to get it pretty much level as best as I can. Now, I've always had a hard time setting the stand up, especially in the river, because of your uneven rocks, of course. Right. So what I usually do is I try to set the back first to usually be level, and then the front is going to be cattywampus. So I will take the back and I will hold it in place where it's level, and I'll look at the front to see which leg is off the ground. And then I'll go up to that one, and I'll lower that one down to where it is level, and then I'll check to make sure the whole thing is level. one key thing you want to do when you're setting up a stand on a high banker is to make sure that you have the back of that box as low to the ground as possible. And the reason why is because of your lift. Now, you also have to have the front making sure it's not touching the ground. So you have to make sure that you set it up correctly. Yeah, Darth said my nickname's Cattywampus. Yeah, because that's exactly correct. But when you're setting that up, me and Darth learned, especially when we were down in Virginia, down in Contrary Creek, that with using a Harbor Freight pump like that, of course you have to worry about your head lift. And what happens is the deeper you get down, the more lift you need. So you can actually, you're good at 1 feet and 2 feet. You get down 3 and 4 feet, and if the back of that box is not as low as the ground as possible, you have to have more lift. So that's why we always set it up with the back of the box as low as the ground as we can without the front of the box hitting the ground, if that makes any sense. And basically, you have to actually watch the angle that your tube is in the back of your high banker box, which is called an adapter. That adapter is placed in the back of the box, and what will happen is if the angle is not hitting correctly, when that water comes in and hits that slick plate, for those of you that do have a slick plate inside, it'll actually shoot the water out of the top of the box. And that's what I used to have, is I used to have a plexiglass plate that I slid in the top of my box and just put a strap over it to hold the splash from splashing out the top, and it would keep the water in.
Huh.
So that's another thing that you could do too if your angle was not correct at the back. I've also taken to where I was dredging, and if the angle at the back of the box was too steep, what I would do is take a bungee cord and strap it over top of the hose and bring it up over the top of the box and hook it, and that way it would kind of bring the angle of the hose up a little bit. Now, the only thing you have to watch is when them rocks get in there, those rocks can hang up right there. That, when you have a clog, that's the first place you look, because it's kind of at a straight going into the box because you have it tied up.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to remember if there's anything else. You guys got anything else basically for a high banker?
God.
No, I think you covered it, man.
Yeah, I think so. I'm trying to think, and no, you got it all there, Rich.
Trying to think,
Really well.
Everybody wants to know different pumps and everything. If you have a high pressure pump and you're trying to use if you have a high pressure pump like a Honda or something like that puts out a lot of pressure, and you're trying to use a high banker, most of the time you're not going to have a lot of water flow. You're going to have that on idle, because with a high pressure pump, you're actually getting a lot of water. And if you're just running it as a regular high banker instead of using it as a dredge, your motor's probably pretty much going to be on idle or just above idle, and you'll have plenty of water flow in that box. Now, to be able to check the water flow, I remember vaguely of what Robert told me. And what he said was you take, a medium-sized rock, and you put it in, like at your header right there underneath your box, and you would put the rock in, and you would count like 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000 for the rock to be able to slide down, and you could tell if you have the right flow or not. If you throw that rock in there and it washes out real quick, then your angle's either too steep or your water's going too fast. So you want a happy medium with where that is. And that was one of the things he taught us that I learned from him.
Okay.
But as for that, I think that's about it basically for a dredge. I don't know if anybody had anything in the chat room. Yet? No.
I ain't seen nothing yet. All right, that was
Okay.
a high banker, right?
Right, now we'll get in to talk a little bit about dredges.
Okay.
Of course, everybody starts out with a pan, with a sluice, with a high banker, or a combination dredge. And then we love to get into the bigger items like our dredges. And majority of the people will just jump right into the 3 or 4 inches, or they just get a 2-inch backpack dredge.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the 2-inch backpack dredges, like Kathleen and Tim, you guys can go in areas a lot easier than the bigger dredges can because yours is pretty much portable. Right. You can take it, put it on your backpack, or just carry it down, or have your chauffeur Shadow.
Yep.
I have never seen anyone put that on their back.
I haven't either, not yet.
I haven't seen anybody actually put it on their back.
No,
have you?
No, never.
Never.
Yeah, they call it a backpack dredge, but everybody carries it regular instead of.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you'd have to drain gas and oil out to do that.
Well, I think you're supposed to carry the motor in your hand, Shad. And you put the frame on your back. And I guess if you was going into a remote area, like in Alaska or something, it might make it a little easier. But around here where we go, there's no need to have a backpack frame.
Yeah.
Right?
And that kind of makes it better, for the people to be able to get into an area with the 2-inch. Because you really don't, have too much to haul,
No, right.
With ours with the 3-inch and the 4-inch, that I love my 4-inch, don't get me wrong, but I wish I actually had a 4-inch that had separate pontoons. Oh. My pontoons are 6 feet long, and they're very hard to be able to take off the dredge and be able to throw in the back of the pickup truck when you only have a 5.5-foot bed.
Right, true.
So that makes it a little bit more difficult to compact everything when you're traveling.
I got a solution for you, though, Rich.
Put it on the roof of the truck.
Oh, no, just buy a whole new truck.
Yeah. Or buy a travel trailer like I was thinking of doing.
Yeah, there you go.
That way you can put your 4-wheeler and your trailer right in the back of it and just back it off and take your 4-wheeler where you need to. Huh?
That's right.
Basically, setting up a dredge. I'll tell you what. Why don't we have Kathleen or Tim talk a little about setting up how you set up your 2.5-inch or your 2-inch dredge.
Go ahead, Kathleen.
I'll start.
Yeah,
just start from like when I carry it down.
Yeah, well, actually, when you put it in the water and you set it up, but what do you basically do? I mean, you set your hoses up, you fire it up, and then you adjust anything, or what do you do?
Well, when I get it all hooked together, because it's taken apart, it's all apart when I get my 2-inch, and then after I get all the hoses set up, and then the foot valves, I'll. It depends on the stream that I'm working on. So if I have to anchor it or tie it, because that little dredge will still move around.
Yeah, quite easily.
So sometimes I'll anchor it, tie it up, and then I'll look at the balance, because you can take my backpack dredge into very, very shallow water. So it's different because you need to make sure you like the sloughs you have to clear a space for your tailings so that water flow keeps going. And then after I get that, I'll look at to see if it's level, and that's where I use rocks sometimes to weigh down one end or the other. I'll let it run for a little bit, take a look at how the water's going through it. With mine, it also depends on what you have in your box. I've got miner's moss and expanded metal. Right. And that's it, really.
Yeah, I think at the top you have that Keen Miracle Mat.
Oh, yeah. But that's built in. So what I'll do is I'll look to see how the water's flowing, and I don't want it to be like all wavy in mine, because my box isn't as long as Shad's is. So I want to make sure that the water level when I'm running it through my box is maybe halfway. It doesn't go all the way up, or it's not too slow. And I actually have not used my dredge at full throttle. I haven't used it yet that way. Came close in North Carolina, depending on how deep you're going, because we were underwater. I had to make it a little bit stronger just to get the suction, but that took some time to get that right. But after that, I get to dredging.
Now, with being a 2-inch dredge, do you feel that you can actually overload that box?
Yes.
Okay, that's one thing we want to point out.
Yes, and you just get a good feel of what type of material you're running. So if I'm going through a lot of overburdens, I'm probably going to want to take a look at my box a lot more than if I'm sitting right on bedrock. I can go a little bit longer, but the overburden, that's key for someone with a smaller dredge like me.
Right. I've noticed a lot when you dredge. I've sat in while I was dredging. Of course, we get in certain areas to where we get close enough sometimes, and I watch your box sometimes, and you actually stop and you let it feed out. Because I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, that thing looks like it's about ready to overload, and then all of a sudden you stop and it goes out, but you know that, and you know your equipment, and you know when you're feeding it too fast, and you actually just learn that from experience. Right?
Yep. I've learned the hard way, but we all do. Once we get used to our equipment, then we just know what it'll do. And here we have the luxury of going to the same places a lot, so you just know the material and what that's going to do to your dredge and how long you have, really. But if I'm someplace new, I really keep an eye on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well said.
Anything to add to that, Tim?
No, the only difference, with it is that, like, I would run hog mat, so I wasn't running riffles, and my dredge would have to be throttled up a lot higher.
Because of the water flow.
Right, so that was really the only difference, but other than that, Kathleen's nailed it spot on, as always.
Now, a lot of people have different dredges, 3 inches, 4 inches. I love when I got mine. The biggest thing about a 3 inch and a 4 inch, when you're dealing with the water in Ohio that we go to, a lot of the water is very shallow. Mm-hmm. And, of course, your pontoons are dragging on the bottom most of the time. And you have to really worry about trying to find an area where it'll float. Mm-hmm. Especially when Lou and Robert and I was out in Idaho with Ken. We was in areas out there that water was just so low that you had to actually almost dredge a spot to be able to get it to float. So you're taking a lot of that overburden off just to be able to float it. And you could spend a day or two, like Robert did, just to even get to float it.
Right.
And it was crazy because, to dredge an area, 5 foot across by 6 foot or whatever, just to be able to get it to float.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so important because I know you had to a couple of times when we were in really shallow areas. Mm-hmm. It takes a lot of tweaking and measuring if you have a dredge almost on dry land or propped up on, half on dry land.
Yeah.
The dredges, they're designed to float, and you want to definitely make sure that you can get into an area or make an area, as you just said, so that way you have that level and that balance. But
go ahead.
No, the other thing I noticed, both with our size, like I have a 3 inch, you have a 4 inch, and in some areas, you will see the dredge tilting to one side. Usually it's where the foot valve is. Mm-hmm. So you may have to counter that with a rock on the other side of your float. So you always have to pay attention to how your material is flowing through there and constantly kind of check it periodically just to make sure your box looks right. Kathleen does a great job. She's on it with her. She knows even without looking, but she's definitely one, even though it's a smaller box. We can't take for granted if we do have that 14, 16 inch wide plus box sizes. It's right. You can lose so much gold and not even know it and be just wasting that energy.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, really, if you're not familiar with a dredge, actually, when you stand back and you look at a dredge when somebody fires it up, that thing will tilt forward.
Yeah.
Yep.
It'll actually tilt forward. And I see a lot of people that run differently. Like some of the boxes, some people will actually have their sluice box almost submerged in water. It'll be 1 inch or 2 inches, just in the water, or some of them be right out of the water 1 or 2 inches.
Yeah, definitely. That's a great point. Like, I know, at least with my 3 inch, it's an older Keen model, so it actually has the 4 separate floats. Mm-hmm. It's actually the same frame and floats as the 4 inch models were back in the day. Mm-hmm. So I just have a different box size and hoses, obviously, but everything else is the same for a 4 inch. However, I'm able to move my whole sluice box forward to, so it'll be more, as you run into water and material through, it'll dip at a better angle. And that's going to depend a lot on what type of material you're running. So you have to know the ground you are, how it's affecting your box, and adjust it, because it's not always going to be in the same spot. I do have an area where I know from when I'm out on the Midwest, East Coast, I know my sweet spot from where I have my box position. And so does Kathleen, because even the backpack, you can move that box up, back and forth a little bit.
Yep.
So that's something to be really conscious about. So if you're having a lot of material building up on the top of your box and overloading, you may need to look at pushing it out to kind of get that angle. But I think some people have to do it depending on what type of matting they're running. If they're not using their standard ripple sets, if they're going to like a hog mat or something.
Yeah. That's just true.
I know on my 4-inch, mine of course is an older model, and my box will not slide a lot forward. There's only like 2 really slots on mine. Mine has a hanger on the back of my sluice box that actually has grooves on the plate, and mine will slide down in. So I have on my, not the foot valve, but the pipe that goes in the back, what's it called? I'm having a brain fart.
The jet log?
Yes, your jet log. Yep. On my jet log, I have a loop, basically.
Right.
And on the bottom of my frame, there is an eyelet. Well, that loop goes in that eyelet. But the problem that I have is I cannot slide my box any more forward. There's no more slots that eyelet can still fit, So basically what I have to do in that situation is I have to put rocks on the front to actually lower it down a little bit more because I can't slide the box forward anymore.
Okay.
And I think that's the other thing to differentiate with your dredge, Rich, is you have that crash box.
Yes.
And that's kind of why yours is set up that way and how they configured it compared to the standard, just the V&N with the power jet and overflow. So, yeah.
And I believe that's why I have to have a little bit more tilt in mine, I believe, because of the crash box. But, I can't really get that. Like, I've looked at a lot of other people, you guys, the sluice boxes is almost in the water, and mine's like 5 inches off the water. I can't move my box up any further. So, but I really didn't have any issues of it loading up or anything. So that's just the way my setup is.
Gotcha. Yeah, I see in the chat room, like Thomas has to put rocks on the back of his dredge, and he runs hog mats.
With the hog mat, yeah.
And then Ray said he has to add buckets of waters to get it as level as he can. So it varies, like you said, material, your equipment, the matting, all that. It all.
Yeah, I don't think there's really a wrong or right way for any one person. It's it's know your equipment and what you're running, and you'll learn what works for you.
God, yeah. And watch your
take people's suggestions, but you need to tweak it as you're running that material and catching that gold.
Right. Keep an eye on it.
How long do you run your dredge to know if you're on the gold, Shad? And what do you check?
Oh, for me, it kind of depends, at least on the area I am. If there's a lot of overburden, I'll work to get through that overburden first and maybe do a clean out. And then as I know I'm in the pay, I can get a really good, accurate read if I'm sitting on the gold. If it's areas where I know well, I'll typically still run for maybe 15, 20 minutes and just quickly pan out my top mat. And usually there I can see if I'm seeing enough gold to where I think, okay, I'm in a good enough spot, or if I need to shift over one way or another, I'll make my adjustment. But yeah, I definitely won't just run a dredge for hours checking first. I don't want to waste that fuel or energy.
Right.
I still may pan. We do test pans all the time. I know Kathleen's big on that, and Dow's spots, test pans. But we still both, I know, even if we know we're on decent ground, we'll still do that check at least right at the beginning, and then even periodically. I may not have to do a full clean out all the time with my 3-inch because of the size of the box. So as I'm running, if I need to refuel and I look at it and I notice that, hey, the box, I still got plenty of room, I'm not overloading, I'll still check that top matting, pull it out, and just pan it really quick just to see, okay, should I move? Am I off that streak?
Right.
Make my adjustments.
Right.
We can open up the phone lines if everybody wants to call in, 419-520-7574.
Heck yeah, let's open it up. Somebody might have a question about that. This is true.
Or tips.
Or tips,
yep.
yeah. Tips are always nice. That would definitely work. So that is a very interesting topic, you know. Like you said, you see so many variations even when you're out there of what people are
and
doing.
I just thought of something else, even going back to our stream sluices, that I know Gold Hog and several other makers, as well as DIYers, they'll have a stream sluice in order, obviously, if they're in deeper waters in the areas that they prospect, they'll actually have either like a built-in legs that they can adjust, or add them on to their stream sluices, you know, and that way they don't always have to rely on being in the shallow water. Right. But I've never used one that way, so I'm curious.
Gold Hog makes a good one, but I haven't used it.
I'm just curious as far as if you are in deep water, you know, obviously, are you just targeting strong flow of water? If not, what do you do to channel that water flow in better? Right. Deep, even, I mean, we're maybe even just talking a foot or 2 feet.
I don't know, Shad. I'm with you. I seen Buzzard do it on an old video. He had his sluice out in like the middle of the water, and like you said, jacked up on legs about 2 feet in the air, and the sluice box was completely submerged.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like you said, if you're just channeling the pressure of the water or what. I've never done it either, and do not have a clue. So.
Which that actually is a whole nother type of sluice. We tried one out. It's the where you actually submerge it completely. I forget the name of it. Aurora Mining Company. They have a couple of sluices, and there's a few other makers, but they're actually designed to work with that fluid technology where the material drops into the sluice itself, and underneath the water level, it's actually working that material and dropping it down into the catch areas.
Okay.
So we've tested one out before, I think 2 years ago or more.
And what did you? How'd you feel about it?
It was pretty neat. I think, you know, obviously you need depth there, so it was kind of hard in some of the spots we were at when we were testing it.
Right.
But because it was winter. But I mean, it caught gold.
Oh, okay.
And I've seen other people use it out west in areas, and I mean, it's a great, you know, piece. I think it's all comes down to preference with sluices. You know,
I think so.
What works, what you like. I mean, we favor the Buckabilly, but we've also used those drop riffle sluices, and they did a great job too. But we're never getting rid of our Buckabilly aluminum sluice. It's a great piece of equipment.
Yeah. I also want to bring something up that I actually seen a couple times now. I've actually seen Shannon Poe do it, and I've actually seen Matt, which our guest that we had on before, seen a video of him do it. When they actually out on a dredge and they wanted to do basically a cleanup, you know, we always classify our material, and what he would do is he would actually put a McCurk inside the sluice box of his dredge.
Okay.
And he would hold the rubber flap up, and they would fire the dredge up with the McCurk inside, and he would feed his material in the McCurk. And I actually seen Shannon Poe and them do that before too. And that's how they actually did their cleanouts when they were out there, because it actually ran the material through the McCurk, and then your gold was right in there with a little material. Instead of taking a lot of material home, they would do their cleanout right there in the McCurk in their dredge.
Yeah, that's cool. I remember they
never actually did it, so I don't know how it would work. And you know, I guess you'd have to make sure the McCurk actually fits in your dredge, of course. But you know,
interesting. I've never seen that. That sounds cool.
Yeah, yeah. Matt has done it before, and I actually seen videos of Shannon Poe do it before. Is that where you've seen it, Shad?
Yeah, I saw it when just this past season when he was out in Idaho.
Yeah,
they were using that. It was interesting.
Keith.
Yeah, I mean, I'd actually have to see how it is because you actually have a lot of water pressure coming out of your dredge. You probably wouldn't be able to do it with a crash box. You have to do it with a regular one, but
right.
Be able to have the water flow coming out to be able to just feed your material through it, and so you're not taking a lot of material home.
Right. True.
And to any of our listeners out there, I know several of them, like us, are also on YouTube. So I mean, if you've experimented with what Rich is just talking about, or even other things, share the links to your YouTube video that shows that, because that can help some people that may be interested in trying it out.
All right, we got a caller for you guys. All right, hello, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Oh, this is Thomas. You know where I'm from.
Thomas, how are you, buddy?
Good. How you doing?
Doing good.
Good. Yeah, no, I was just chiming in on what Rich was just talking about. Actually, when I bought my dredge, it came with the 4-foot the La Trappe. That's what he was doing. He was using the La Trappe to concentrate his cons down.
Oh, that's what it is, a La Trappe.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The green sluice, the drop riffle sluice box.
Yep. Do you do it, Thomas? Have you tried doing that?
No, no, I'm not that brave. I prefer conventional ways of doing things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
I've seen some videos of guys do it. I don't know if it's worth it for me, because I normally take my cons home anyway, so and do all my processing when I get home.
Right. Okay. Yeah, their gold's a little more plentiful in their area. We don't want to take a chance of losing what little we get, right? It's not worth it. Yeah.
Thomas, how wide is your box?
My box is, I believe, it's 16 inches.
Okay, so they do make the trap 16 inches wide then, huh?
Yeah, it's got to be about that, yeah.
Interesting. That's cool.
It is. Now I want to see this. I want to see how it's done. Yeah.
Go on YouTube. I want to say Handy Guard. I think he's one of those guys that do that, or that did that. I think he's dead now, but I think he used to do that.
Okay. I'll check it out.
I think Keith in here in North Carolina says it's a river robber sluice, but I don't know.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, and he said something.
I'm sure there's different kinds. So.
Yeah, you just posted a link for it too, so that's cool. So you just lay this. Is this how you concentrate your cons? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what they were using it for. Yeah, that's what most of them use it for.
All right, interesting. And one came with yours, and Thomas said, "Ain't no way."
Well, yeah. Like I said, he was using it, but I was bought it used, so he was probably using it. I don't know if he was just kind of copying to see if it worked that way or what, but
maybe
it just all came with mine. I just put it in my shed. I've never even used the thing.
Put it with the rest of the equipment. I got you. Well, cool, Thomas. Nice to know. That is awesome. Thank you, brother.
They said about, I guess you cut the back out of it. Is that true, Thomas?
Yeah. He cut the back out of it, and just because you can use it as just a regular string sluice if you want.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you just cut the back out of it and lets the water roll through and just feed it like a regular sluice.
Nice. Very cool. Well, thank you, Thomas. We appreciate that, buddy.
Not a problem.
All right. And
just thought I'd chime in on that.
Oh, we appreciate it, man. Thank you for calling in today.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep, no problem. We'll talk to you guys.
Take care, buddy.
Bye, Thomas.
Bye, Thomas.
Yeah, Darth actually uses his too. He has a 16 by 36 drop ripple that he got from Carolina Prospectors.
Uh-huh.
And he actually does that too. What he'll do is after he does a clean out of his sluice box, he'll actually rig that drop riffle sluice down underneath and fire it back up and run his material through that.
That's interesting. I've never seen that.
Well,
basically he'll use it as an extension sometimes.
Right.
But.
Okay.
I just checked that the actual original La Trappe sluice, they're no longer in business, and most everywhere that I just searched for is actually out of stock. So, and it looks like, they're more of 16 inches wide and 48 inches long. The inside varies, I guess, from the widest from 14 inches to 12 inches. So it definitely seems to me it would work on that larger dredge. I don't know if it would fit down, if it would work on a 3-inch, on a 14-inch wide box, but it's pretty cool.
Okay.
But you'd have to buy used, I think.
Yeah, you might be able to find one on eBay or something,
Or Carolina Prospectors or something, maybe.
I'm sure they're available. Somebody still got them floating around. So
Darth says he puts his in front of the dredge, idles it down, and pulls the dredge riffles and parts up slowly, and lets the material fall down in the riffle.
Okay. See, that makes sense. It's a good idea. It really is. Definitely make your cleanup a little easier.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good segment. We got everybody involved.
Yeah, heck yeah.
That's the way to do it.
All right. Well, let's take a quick break, and then we'll be right back. All right?
In 1858, gold was discovered in the rivers of New Caledonia. This discovery would spark a massive gold rush. Today, the search for gold is much easier, yet still challenging with Dirt Hog Pay Dirt. At Dirt Hog, we pride ourselves on our gold and guaranteed gold amounts. Just visit dirthogpaydirt.com today and buy yourself a bag of the best pay dirt concentrates on the market. Order with confidence in Canada and North America. dirthogpaydirt.com. The best gold concentrates on the market, period. Also, be sure to check out our Honest Bonus program.
If you're interested in gold prospecting or treasure hunting as a career, hobby, passion, or just something you're interested in getting into, you have to visit goldprospectorspace.com. At goldprospectorspace.com, you'll find forums, chats, videos, blogs, sections on dry washing, metal detecting, high banking, and so much more. At goldprospectorspace.com. There's a store, classifieds, and at goldprospectorspace.com every Sunday night at 7:30 Eastern Time, tune in to Prospectors Radio, the talk show for gold prospectors and treasure hunters. GoldProspectorspace.com is a social network with thousands of members, and everything you need is at GoldProspectorspace.com. Sign up today and get connected to others who share your love of gold and gold prospecting. Let the treasure hunt begin at GoldProspectorspace.com. GoldProspectorspace.com.
All right, everybody, we're back, and we got a couple of things left that we're going to talk about here tonight. I know Shad's got an announcement we're going to make, and don't forget it's time for messing with Swiftwater. What do we got? What do we got tonight for Scotty Boy?
Let's see. What has he posted?
I don't know.
I haven't seen it on the Facebook for a while.
All right,
I'll check here.
We're relying on our chat room.
Well, he has 2 new posts. Well, he was tagged in it, so it's about the just the prospecting, but it's mostly his mining partner. Though there is a video of Swiftwater. It must be cold for him.
Okay.
He's got a little hat on his head, like a toboggan.
Really?
Yeah, and he looks almost like somebody not panning for gold, but on a street corner panning.
Panhandler?
Yeah, panhandler. There you go.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
I just found it.
Goodness.
What do you got, Shad?
He looks like a panhandler.
Okay.
I don't know.
He's spanging out there. Let's see. Let's see what we got. All right, everybody. We're counting on all of our chat room. What do we see?
And he is cold.
Oh, poor Scotty boy's cold. All right,
it's chilly.
He's chilly. So let's see. What could we do? What are you thinking, Shad?
I don't know. Panhandlers?
Okay.
I'm kind of, hey, I want to see what our listeners have to say, because it's fun if everybody participates and heckles.
Oh, it is. I love it when they participate, and they come up with the ideas, Heck,
it's a great segment.
It is. It is. Come on, guys. You guys could do this. Got to be something. There's got to be somebody out there that pays close attention to Scott and says, let's see. I'm checking a few
I think he's afraid to post anymore.
I think he is.
I'm looking at his timeline, and it's mostly people tagging him and posting stuff. Minus, of course, all the political. Well, he posts his political stuff.
Yeah.
We'll get into that.
Yeah, but as far as embarrassing things, he's gotten scared.
Yeah, he has. He's got his guard up now. All right, so they're saying panhandler. I'm in for that. If he looks like that, I say we go for it. There's a lot of good images for it.
Is there?
Yeah.
There you go. Let's do that then.
Let's you guys want to roll with that?
Keith, the question was, what do we do to Swiftwater this week?
We like to mess with him on his social media, poking fun on something he's either posted or in a video, and it just is funny.
Half the time you can't figure it out. It's funny.
Canadian headgear for winter.
John Shaw says he does lock picking, so how about Houdini pictures?
Didn't we do locks?
Yeah, we did the lock thing.
We did the locks.
Yeah.
It was last week or the week before. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going with this one. What's that?
We did that?
Which one,
He
Kathleen?
just laughed a lot of LOLs and funny things back, but he was kind of quiet.
Yeah. Yeah. We let's go with panhandlers. You want to?
All right.
Yeah, I say go for it. That's all I can think of.
I'm in. Yeah.
Cool.
We're in it. Something like that. That'll work fine. That'll get him. Got to keep him guessing.
Or I like Robert Nugget Hunter rock photos.
Rock.
Just random rock.
We
photos.
can do rock photos too. Give them both. Panhandler rock photos.
Yeah. Anything to load up his social media
God, yeah.
pages.
Oh yeah. All right.
There's a call.
All right. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey guys, it's Carrie.
Wait a minute,
There
stranger.
she is. How are you?
Carrie, how are you?
I'm doing well. How is everybody doing?
Doing good. Where are you at?
I'm in Ohio right now.
Oh, you're still in Ohio?
I came back. Yeah, I came back for the winter.
Okay.
I just wanted to call and say hi. I haven't talked to any of you for a long time. Been working
We've been
on the
wondering.
weekends, so.
Ah, okay. So everything's going good for Carrie then?
Yeah, everything's going good. Getting ready to head back out this next coming spring.
Okay.
And hopefully I can get out with Shad and Kathleen and you guys sometime before I head out.
Okay. Heck yeah.
So.
What month are you heading out?
Say again, honey?
What month are you heading out?
I'm probably going to head out mid-April.
Cool.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we can probably get together.
Heck yeah.
Yep,
Awesome.
So.
Well, it's good to hear from you. It's good to know you're okay.
I kind of went dark there for a while. I mean, I haven't been on Facebook hardly at all since I've been off the mountain in September, and just kind of, it was a rough trip.
Oh.
But I had a blast, learned a ton.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, great experience, and I cannot wait to get out. I'm chomping at the bit already to
You already have your
throw
plans?
the dredge in the water and get out of here.
So do you already have your plans of where you're going to be going?
Sort of. I haven't mapped out my itinerary this year.
Okay.
I do know Idaho is back on the list.
Okay.
I'm going to try and shoot for Montana this year.
Okay.
And definitely Wyoming. I fell in love with Wyoming out there.
Right.
And I know, there's a couple of places that I can go to, hit up some of the GPAA claims.
Right. Sure.
But, I think any miner is always looking for claims or looking for a place to mine.
Right.
So
That's true. Oh, man, we're happy for
So-
you. We're glad you're doing okay. It's good to hear from you. Definitely is.
Yeah. It sounds like a lot of you are sick, so I hope y'all are going to get better soon.
Yeah, I hope.
I think Rich brought it and gave it to us all.
Yeah, it's all my fault.
Yeah.
Way to go, Rich.
Yeah, you know me.
He's always
spread the wealth.
He's always bringing us something. That's Rich. So
Yeah.
yeah, but no, Carrie, really good to hear from you. And
Yeah, good to hear from you.
heck yeah. So keep us posted. Don't be a stranger.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll try and do a little better of keeping in touch with everybody. But I do plan, if you all are having an outing, a cronies outing this year,
Okay.
plan on hitting that up whenever that is.
All
I
right.
haven't.
Yeah, we missed you on the last
Yes, we did. Yes, Kathleen's right. We're going to hold her to it, ain't we, Kathleen?
Yeah, I hope she can come.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Oh, I'm going. Wherever it may be, I'm going.
Oh, okay. She's committed, no matter where it is.
All right.
All right, Carrie.
Well, you all have a great night. I hope everybody had a good Christmas and a Happy New Year. And
you too. Mm-hmm.
Thanks for calling in.
Yes.
Thanks, Carrie.
I'll talk to you later. All right.
All right. Take care, Carrie.
Yep, you too. Bye-bye.
All right. All right. Awesome. Now we know Carrie's okay.
Yeah, I know she's been pretty busy, so.
Good to hear from her, though. Definitely.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So where was I? Okay, so we got Scott taken care of. So now
Panhandling, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's time for the announcement.
It is, Shad. It definitely is. So go ahead, Shad. Take it away.
Well, Kathleen and I are going to do this together.
All right. Tag team.
This was actually her brainchild, all right? But obviously, you know, what's a good way to raise money for the site, but also give something really cool and fun and do for the people that, you know, donate some money in.
Right.
So we haven't done a raffle for a while. So we're come up with what are we calling this?
We're calling it
Cabin Fever, Prospectors Radio, Golden Basket Shenanigans or something.
It's a potpourri of, obviously gold.
Uh-huh.
Each one of us has, Shad and I, you know, with our Buffalo Horde, we have some dirt with some gold in it. Rich has also provided his is called Cooley's Cash. Dennis is providing some unsearched cons for his portion, and that's called Dennis's Diggins.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Tim, who also provided gold. His is Tim's Tailings.
Right.
And then, of course, you can't forget Swifty.
That's right. It's a Swifty Stash all the way from Arizona. And I will tell you this, too, because we put them all in nice little bags. So all the bags are separate, five pay dirt bags. You know, there's at least 4 grams of gold total, plus unsearched and maybe miscellaneous gold that's also in these bags.
Mm-hmm.
So different material.
Yep.
Swiftwater's obviously is from Arizona, and we had to transfer it into the new bag, and it looks really good, I will tell you that.
Yes, it does.
Nice. Okay.
But that's not all. I mean, yeah, you got 5 bags of pay dirt to go through. It's quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But we have some other on and in things that we're throwing in.
But wait, there's more.
There's more, right? So I'm about to actually post a little video on Gold Prospector Space's YouTube. I'll put the link in the on the site itself.
Okay.
But it shows you a little bit of what's included from, you know, things we've talked about
On the
this
show.
past year, right?
Oh.
So we have some Ohio flint
Yo,
with
definitely.
crystals in it, though. So that's kind of cool.
That
That's
is cool.
The flint we actually found.
That's
That's
right.
cool, yeah.
We of course got a Cronies Club decal. We threw in one of our Wandering Buffaloes decals because
Cool.
you know everybody likes to kind of
Oh, yeah.
throw some stickers on their gear.
Heck yeah.
And of course, Michael Shelby's already beating me to this, asking, "Does it come with oi oi?"
Yes.
Yes, it does. Kathleen, what did you make up?
I made a blend for a bug repellent, like when you're camping. It's a spray. Now, it hasn't been field tested, so whoever wins it can field test it.
That's right.
Does it actually repel the bugs?
If anything, it'll just smell good.
And that right there is at
That's
least
enough.
a $100 value.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you know, it's you know, come on.
Custom blended.
So we got that, and we got a couple other, like I said, some fun things. You know, I mean, hey, who wears a red bandana all the time?
Mm-hmm.
So we threw one in there for you to wear too and sport it.
Oh, sweet.
Things. But
most importantly, it has gold.
It has a lot of gold.
A lot of gold.
A lot of entertainment for you.
Mm-hmm. Heck
so obviously, how do you get into this raffle? Well, Tim, he's still fine-tuning the page, but at least you can go there and purchase the raffle tickets directly through goldprospectorspace.com.
Mm-hmm.
At the top, you will see at the end of the menu, raffle. So just click on that, and that will take you to the raffle page, where right now you can see where there's a $5 donation for one ticket. You get 5 tickets for a $20 donation.
Mm-hmm.
We'll put all these details here on this page later on tonight, tomorrow. But I'll also share a little banner on it, so it's going to be a lot of fun, and, we appreciate all the support you guys do and hope this is a way to kind of give it back, because this is all gold that a lot of us have found.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't just random gold that we just bought up to throw in this. This is all stuff that are part of us that we're donating for this raffle to raise some money for the site and make sure you guys have a heck of a good time.
Heck yeah. Very cool.
And we have custom labels on each bag.
I know. That alone is worth it. It's just so cool. It is.
And it's going to come. Kathleen's already starting to get this ready. She's put it in a tin pan, metal pan or some sort?
In a metal
bucket.
pan. It'll be like a gift basket kind of deal when you get it.
Okay. So trying to figure out how we're going to ship that easily.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll figure it out. But, so obviously, when does this run? It starts tonight. It's already live out there. And then we will do the drawing live on the air on Sunday, February the 10th.
Sunday, February the 10th.
One lucky winner.
That's right.
Hear that cabin fever.
Heck yeah. That is going to be an awesome deal right there.
And people are asking, well, will it come with barbecue sauce or prickly pear sauce? We don't have it, so I don't know. Maybe it'll get added.
Right.
We'll have to get a bigger pail.
Yeah, well, we'll figure it out. We'll see. I mean, who knows? Maybe some more on-and-in things may get thrown in, but
right.
Just is you're going to get some good gold.
That's right. That's the cool part. And you're going to get to have each one of our, like you said, bags, which is cool. Swifty stash. I mean, come on. Who don't want to pan out Swifty stash? I mean,
exactly.
This makes sense to me.
Yeah, and this is all on goldprospectorspace.com. That's where the raffles. It's directly through this website. Mm-hmm. It's not on through Facebook or some other means. This is for the site and the show, and only can be purchased the tickets through the site itself on goldprospectorspace.com.
Right there under the raffle tab.
Yep. So share to your friends. Like I said, I'll be posting this now. Mm-hmm. The banner and stuff, so you can share whether it is on other social media or anybody that would be interested. If you have any questions, you can reach out really to any of us, and we'll definitely get back to you as soon as possible.
Well, the first question: do you have to be in the chat room to collect?
No way.
Nope. It's literally Tim is going to actually have physical tickets.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Correct.
As you purchase, whether it's $1, $20, or $1,000 worth of tickets, that'd be cool. Thank you. I'll sign you up, Jaron, for that. Mm-hmm. Tim is going to write your name on each individual ticket as people donate. Mm-hmm. And he's going to do that drawing live on the air, and you don't have to be present to win.
Nope.
Your name, you win it. So we hope you join us during the live show, because it's a lot more fun when we see you there.
Oh, yeah. It'd be a heck of a lot more fun. So, nope, you don't have to be here. That's for sure.
And great point. Sweet Prospecting and Mining said, can you imagine the gold in Tim's pants? I can, because he put his dredge mat in backwards. So.
But still caught gold. See? That's a true...
So, a lot of fun. We hope everyone can participate. We appreciate your support. So it'll be cool. It'll be a lot of fun. So you got a couple weeks to get into this. Like I said, any questions, reach out.
Yes, definitely. And we'll get the page will be finished off, like Shad said, tonight or tomorrow.
Yep. Don't forget to renew your Cronies Club if you're about ready to come up, like me. I haven't renewed yet. I have to renew. So don't forget to renew your Cronies Club if you haven't. And if you don't know if you're due, all you need to do is go up to the top where it says settings, click on that, and it'll have your settings come up, and scroll down. And if you're a Crony Club member, it'll say your membership expires on such and such date, or it already expired. So all you have to do is click renew, and you can renew it right there.
Yep, that's simple. Yeah, if you click on the page.
And of course, the site still takes donations on the tab there. You can hit the donation button to donate, or you can become a patron.
Yeah, lots of ways. Lots of ways to help support the site and the show. So we're here, and we appreciate you guys. We really do. So we wish everybody all the best of luck in this little raffle. I think it's going to be fun, and have fun with it. And if you win, enjoy it big time, and please post some pictures. But we'll get to that.
Yes, definitely. Anytime you win something, please post pictures.
Heck yeah, definitely. So, man, see, that's going to be cool. And like we said, it will be done. We'll get that video even posted over on GPS, too, as well. And we'll get the page done. So, heck, what else, Shad, Rich, Kathleen, what am I forgetting here?
I don't know.
I think that about covered it.
I think that's the bulk of it. And, of course, we'll be here on Wednesday for West Coast Wednesday.
That's right. We will
dredging up the news
and
with Kathleen.
And local
Fun
events
fact.
of interest. And local events of interest with Shad.
That's right.
I get it right.
Yeah,
now.
I haven't really seen anybody posting anything lately on any events or anything that's going on. No. So if you know of any events, please go to the event tab and post it in there for anybody that's interested.
Heck yeah.
Oh, that's right. Good point, because right now it's empty for 2019.
Right.
There's got to be
nothing going on. So,
wow.
If you know something upcoming, please post.
Yep. Very cool. Yeah, definitely. That'll help Shad out, make Shad and Kathleen's job a little bit easier.
Well, Kathleen's the one who scours the internet trying to find some cool, unique ones. So I just say what she writes.
Oh, I know. You guys do that so well. I love it. It's great. Kathleen kills it. Awesome. Well, like Shad said, I guess we'll see everybody Wednesday. We go down the hall and cue up the outro music. And Wednesday, 9 o'clock, Eastern Standard Time. Swiftwater will be here. Let's see if he gets the pics that we sent him. So don't forget, everybody, send them pics. And Kathleen, good luck while you're down there in Cleveland. Okay?
Thanks.
We're keeping your family in our prayers for sure. And on that note, I guess we're out of here. Good night, everybody. Have a great week.
Good night.
Good night.
Be sure to tune in next Sunday at 7:30 for another great show. For updates and more info, please go to www.prospectorsradio.com.